Good evening, everyone, and welcome to TF Live. I'm going to open up with an apology. I'm sorry about tonight. We were originally scheduled to be casting Jasmine T versus Nature Walk, but due to some circumstances out of our control and out of everyone's control at the end of the day, we are not able to cast that game as it is not happening. So instead, we are bringing you the Right Wing Death Squad versus Jamane, which will be a good game. These are two teams that are familiar with each other, a lot of overlapping players, a lot of Prem experience between these two rosters. It's not quite the star power of Jasmine T, but it'll be a good game nonetheless, and probably a pretty close one as well. So joining me tonight is at HiipFire with the co-cast and Wiethoofd on the stream. How are you, HiipFire?
I'm doing pretty good. You know, I always enjoy watching some Aussie TF2. You know, getting it's 1 p.m. So just ate lunch. Now I get to play or watch TF2. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, that's the spirit. We are going to be going live momentarily here. I've just dropped the rosters in Slack for you, so with that knowledge, do you want to give me the Right Wing Death Squad roster? There's some familiar names on this one here, Fire.
The Right Wing Death Squad roster would be, let me see, it would be Ben, Fwishy, KPC, actually, let's go at classes as well. Ben, Fwishy on Scout. Roamer would be KPC. Pocket would be HSR. Demo would be Moop. And Medic would be Kellier. I'm guessing that's pronounced.
Kellier, something along those lines.
Keller, all right.
Kellier, yeah. There's some familiar names on that one. Ben and Moop, of course, both playing for the Madmen, who were the second place in Prem last season at various points through the season. Moop, of course, being their demo man, a very strong demo man in Prem this season. And on the other side, on the side of Jamane, we have, it looks like that is going to be Beep Jeep and Vanquish on Scouts, who Beep Jeep is tagged up as Beep. G-Star is roaming. Doge is on Pocket. Dr. Awesome is on the Demo Man. And Bird is on the Medic. As we are actually going live. So on Snakewater, this is going to be Snakewater and Reckoner this week. This is week 3 of ozfortress Prem. Do you want to take us to mid here?
Sure, let's see what's going on this mid. Both teams are just rolling out to their first mid. Don't see any fluffed rollouts, so that's good. Both demos arrive on mid around the same time. They're going to be exchanging some spam. As Soldier jumps very aggressively, that'll be KPC. Doesn't really get a lot of damage off. He goes very weak and has to retreat into that kitchen area. You will go down to Vanquish. Beep Jeep, G-Star will jump in. You will go down to Ben, and the rest of the blue team will be pushing over the point. Moop actually will get his frag, and Fishy will get a kill as well. HSR will jump on top of the point and get another frag, and it seems like Right Wing Death Squad will actually take this mid.
Yeah, Right Wing Death Squad sort of with a very slow developing mid there as Dr. Awesome is being hunted down by Ben and Moop, but he will probably end up getting out, and indeed he does pipe down Ben in lobby. It was looking pretty good there for Jamane until Bird accidentally caught a pipe from Moop that I don't think was terribly intended, but either way, it is going to be full Uber advantage for the Right Wing Death Squad, pushing on to Snakewater last. Snakewater last, a notoriously tricky one to push, and they do have the sentry going up to level 3 on the back left area from the defender's perspective of Jamane. So we're going to see where RWDS opts to push this. They're being very, very tentative about taking this lobby. Moop's just sort of sticking his head in now and gives the all clear for his medic to walk on through. It looks like they're going to be taking the Uber in through the shutter door any moment now, and they're popping through on the scout. They're going to spot out the sentry immediately, which will get dealt with by Moop, and Beep is going to get caught out as well, as is G-Star out of the same door. So Moop doing good, big work with this Uber. Doge is going to hit a really nice shot onto HSR, but the scouts of Right Wing Death Squad are just going to clean up. Very clinical last push there. And Bird actually managed to get Uber at that point. I don't see how she managed to do that, but that's a drop. But that's a very quick round to Right Wing Death Squad. 1-0, but they're easily able to bring this back, Jamane.
Yeah, well, this is the second mid. Let's see if Jamane can already run this back. Both demos arrive on mid. The soldiers of Right Wing Death Squad maybe arriving a little bit faster to mid. They'll be able to establish the high ground a little bit faster than Jamane, but they will get forced off. Nothing too exciting happening just yet. Moop actually drops very low though. KPC is relatively weak as well. Probably a little bit better health on Jamane, but nothing really just happening just yet. Both soldiers of Jamane and Right Wing Death Squad trying to contest at high ground again. Dr. Awesome will get the first kill onto KPC. Beep will go down to Ben. Dr. Awesome gets a frag. That is someone else. Moop going down. The Ubers will get popped. This has been a very long mid fight, but Jamane has the Uber, or the player advantage rather, and they will clean all those players up. HSR, Ben, and Kelly go down mid for Jamane.
Really, really slow mid, like you said, and in the end, what I think won it for won Jamane the mid was superior spam in that opening part where they just sort of stood there and all stared at each other and spammed rockets downwards. Doge had the opportunity there to really just tie the noose around Right Wing Death Squad's neck, but wasn't able to drop down. I don't think he had the rockets loaded. The Uber exchange came out, and so and Bird did survive that one, Kellier did not, so it's going to be slight Uber advantage to Bird here to the tune of maybe 40%. Ben is up on the sniper and Fishy is up on the engineer. Fishy and HSR should make note of our Asia Fortress players who have ridiculous DM, and HSR is going to flex it right there. KPC is going to get vanquished as well, Doge going down, trading for Ben, but that's 2 picks when they had Uber advantage, and I think Beep is probably going to get caught out here. No, he just manages to squeak out and avoid those spam rockets, but that's probably going to buy Kellier enough time to get Uber, especially with that defensive sentry gun here, which is really a bit disastrous. They got just caught out in the under area, they did, the players of Jamane, and so as such we will see a stalemate with Ben on the defensive sniper.
The good old stalemate. Already in stomach position. I do see Ben going for that sniper. As you said, he's peeking in on the right side. He sees a soldier peeking in from cheese. He's trying to get the shot off, but he's kind of just shoulder peeking in a little bit, so there's not really much he can do. He just needs to hit the lucky shot. He's not going to hit it. I think that's the only really aggressive peek right now. Red Wing Death Squad is mostly just sitting on their last. There's actually an aggressive peek from Fwishy there into drop down, seeing if he could maybe catch a soldier or a scout sacking, but Jamane is actually sitting completely outside of lobby, so yeah, just sitting really passively, not really willing to I guess peek into one of Ben's sight lines and potentially give up a pick and allow them to push out.
Yeah, well, Ben is still sniping. He's taking quite an aggressive angle from this top right defender's perspective. I was murking for a scrim against Jamane prior to this match here, and this was something I sort of noticed. Jamane aren't really in a hurry to do anything. They're not really willing to bust open those stalemates. They're not really looking to take the initiative. I think they're just looking to play the long con and wait for Right Wing Death Squad to overextend perhaps. Ben has rotated his angle. He's staring down under right now. But Moop's going to get G-Star and Doge. That's both soldiers down for Jamane, and that'll surely signal something for Right Wing Death Squad. Dr. Awesome's got a lot of sticks in the lobby, but they're not really going to find anyone, as Right Wing Death Squad are going to just walk straight onto the point completely uncontested because there's no soldiers to really have a peek at them. Dr. Awesome's going to spam a single pill, and that's all we're going to see of a defense hold, of a second hold from Jamane, as we're just going to reset on mid. That was a very, very weird and very, very slow fight. They just barely even saw each other.
What an anticlimax. You're just holding for that long, and then you lose both your soldiers, and you're just like, well, I guess I have to go out. There's not much I can do about this. There's actually a little bit of a fight going on the flank here. Some scouts, Fwishy and Ben, are fighting a soldier scout pair on the side there, but no frags will be exchanged there. I do see, let's see, maybe some aggressive peeking into Saw? No? Just, I guess both teams are trying to just keep this stalemate going. There is more peeking in the flank, seeing if there's a hole in the Jermaine's flank here in this choke area. The spam getting exchanged, but not really anything working out from that either.
Yeah, going to test our casting abilities pretty early up. There's not a great deal happening. Ben's back on the scout as well. Should probably make note of. He's not sniping anymore. But it looks like Jamane are going to take some position in Saw Room here. Indeed they are. Doges could be looking to go for a bomb here. No, not really. But yeah, no. They thought they were going to do something, but of course they're not hit. Like, doing something is heavily overrated, I'm finding. Kelly is going to miss a really easy arrow onto KPC. That's the action we're looking at right now, guys. Yeah, I don't know what they did do in this scrim in this exact position. Jamane, they ran a scout all the way back to their spawn and switched him to spy. We haven't seen that just yet, but it's definitely an option. Fishy is actually going to get taken down by the combination of G-Star and yauch in the saw room here, and that's going to see an immediate counter-sack out from G-Star. G-Star is actually going to drop Kellier, and that's going to signal the push immediately. Moop's going to get a couple of kills though. Both medics have dropped in this fight, and it's just turned extremely scrappy. And it's just Beep left up now. Ben and HSR are going to combine to clean up. That was, again, like, something happens and then the mega anticlimax because both medics ended up dropping in that exchange and it just turned into a complete, like, mashed potato of a fight.
What a roller coaster of emotions. I see Kellier drop. I'm like, alright, well, I guess Jamane's got this push. And then Bird drops. I'm like, oh, okay, well... Eventually, I guess Right Wing Death Squad somehow manages to recover from Keller's drop to G-Star. So, yeah, Right Wing Death Squad sitting on mid, but they have actually about 25% ad. Kellier spawned a little bit earlier, so probably going to be a push from Right Wing Death Squad into the second of Jamane. Seems like they have 80%, now 90. They're going to probably be moving in soon as they're building to, I guess, get a little bit bigger ad. They're actually on 40% ad. There's a soldier very aggressively in. KPC just jumps in and gets Bird, so the important med pick. KPC will not survive that though, but Dr. Awesome goes down to Moop, so demo and medic down for Jamane. Most of Jamane will be going back. We do have Doge fighting Fwishy in that choke area, but he will go down as well. So no real sack potential for Jamane, and Right Wing Death Squad is going to just be picking up the second point.
Two very confusing things about that push is we're going to see Right Wing Death Squad. I'll come back to this later. Right Wing Death Squad are going to Uber in this top left from the attacker's perspective, immediately find the demo man of Dr. Awesome. Vanquish is up on the heavy, but he's going to get taken down, as is Bird, as is Beep, and that should be last as G-Star is going to fall as well and Doge is not able to get to the point on time. Second round to Right Wing Death Squad. That exchange there on second was odd for two reasons. Basically, Right Wing Death Squad, first of all, sent a sack. They sent their roamer in for that bomb, and the bomb was successful. It did find the medic of Bird, but they didn't recognize the hefty Uber advantage that they had. And also, Bird was in a position to get caught by a roamer sack when they should have known they had disad. It was just very weird, but take me to mid HiipFire.
Alright, there's a soldier for Jamane bombing in very aggressively. That's G-Star. You will get cleaned up by the combo of Jamane. The rest of Jamane is trying to push over the point right now. There's a soldier trying to distract him a little bit. Fwishy actually will get the pick onto Bird, and the rest of Jamane is just kind of scattered on their side of the map trying to get back. Dr. Awesome will go down. Vanquish and Beep both will get a frag onto a soldier and a scout respectively. Kellier actually will go down to a Vanquish that's just trying to walk over the point. But the mid will, in the end, go to Right Wing Death Squad.
Vanquish, yeah, managing to get the Kellier frag at the very end there. Vanquish is a very, very good scout. He's got exceptionally good tracking. But that was an interesting one. They tried to follow up on the G-Star aggression, did Jamane, and they like walked aggressively as a blob across the point, and it was looking good for them when they did that. But then Bird just suddenly found herself on the enemy side of mid with absolutely no one around her. She died, and the rest of the team quickly fell in kind. Ubers are going to be even here. We're going to see a second stalemate, but thank Christ, because Right Wing Death Squad is in control of mid, so we might actually see a sack play or them try and attempt something during this stalemate to break this stalemate. KPC has been very proactive, and indeed they're actually just going to push grass here off Ubers. Both medics are at about 80%. Or Kelly's going to get taken down very low, but they're going to feed in chasing that medic frag at Jamane, and they're going to lose all of their players here, I think you'll find. Only getting KPC in turn, the roamer for Right Wing Death Squad. They overcommitted for that medic frag. Kellier was low, but it was not worth sacking 3 players for to a giant team blob on grass, and that's just going to be a free last push for Right Wing Death Squad. Not much to say about that. 3-0, and a massive overextension by Jamane.
Yeah, well, they just, it seems some very odd plays, but they have won their mid before, so let's see if they can win this 4th mid. Try to make mount some kind of a comeback. Let's see what's going on. A soldier will be jumping onto the point. Actually, that's a scout. It will get long. Doge and Vanquish getting a kill. Ben, KPC respond with their own frags, but Jamane is the one that's trying to pull off this aggression. KPC and Ben will go down, and just a combo move and Kellier trying to get out. Bird actually will go down to a, I think that's a roller from Moop, so the med pick for right wing Death Squad, but yeah, Jamane will in fact win his mid. There's actually Scout fighting on second, killing Moop, so actually Jamane will be able to also get that second point.
I don't think there's ever been a less deserved med kill than the one Moop just got there, but that was a really good mid by Jamane. They followed up on their double soldier aggression really well, and the cleanup from Beep and Vanquish was excellent. They played really well around their heels towards the end of that fight. But that said, Bird did lay on a roller and hatchet like the bird that is her namesake, and so Kellier is going to be forced in lobby now as he's up on his Uber. Moop is going to jump forward, but I doubt he's going to find anything. He actually nearly goes down. Beep is going to get found out by Ben on the flank, but that's going to be the only frag that they get with this Uber right wing Death Squad, and G-Star is actually going to find HSR. That's the pocket for right wing Death Squad. Bird is up on 60% Uber now, so that's a 40% advantage. They're not opting to go off this even players, Jamane, which is fair enough. They're probably going to go off the safer Uber advantage push. I like to see what they do with this, because we haven't really seen Jamane in a position to aggress like this. They're healing up on mid. They have Uber now, but they're very passive. It looks like they're going to take it through grass, but Kellier is going to be getting dangerously close to Uber by the time they enter in on second here. I think the coming from grass looks like they're going to try and not pop, but that's an excellent surf there by Bird and an excellent milk, and they're going to get KPC and Ben for it as well. Really, really well played by Bird to not pop that, and then Roma takes the pack after all that.
I think just drop the Roman there, but the Uber will get popped by Bird through lower. Doge will get a kill onto HSR, and the play will just get played, and that will be it for right wing Death Squad. Jamane go up 1, or will get their first point of the match rather. It's now 3-1.
We got told to watch Doge, but I don't think either of us watched Doge. Thank you for the cheat feed help, Wiet. And I think there was some epic ownage there, but that was a really good last push. They just played the point and distracted with their Uber, with the Uber exchange, did Jamane. Nicely done. 3-1 Sons of Life for Jamane here. Yeah, as G-Star's going to jump aggressively into the enemy kitchen. Other than that, there's not really much happening. KPC's going to take the high ground, but he's going to get immediately minced by the scouts, as is G-Star. So both Romas down. Doge is going to take some really aggressive positioning. Beep's going to find KPC, and Vanquish is going to find Moop. So this is definitely going in the way of the Jamane squad, as health on the combo of right wing Death Squad is absolutely atrocious. Kellier is going to get the pack and be escorted out by his big manly Asian pocket HSR, so we will probably see hopefully a free second cap here if Jamane get themselves in position in time. They're not really playing the point just yet though. They're spamming in lobby, but they don't have the players to really commit to this lobby spam without capping the point. Right wing, I think that Dr. Awesome has just done enough though to lock right wing Death Squad out. That said, KPC is going to jump out from under and is not going to find a single rocket on Bird, and that's probably a donating of a player advantage there by KPC. It was a very optimistic bomb from underneath. Even Uber's pick in favor of Jamane. Let's see what they opt to do with this. If they're going to take a push or send a counter sack, as it looks like G-Star is going to be peeking the shutter door, and the combo of Jamane is not really going to get much entrance in lobby due to some excellent spam by Moop. They're coming in now, but yeah, KPC's back on the backup, and this continues the trend we've seen from Jamane of not really doing anything with these advantages that they're given, or these positional, they're not like positional advantages, all that sort of stuff. They're not taking the initiative and then both their soldiers die. That's actually a trend. They're not taking initiative, then both their soldiers die. Vanquish is going to find Fishy, but get taken down in kind. Right wing Death Squad are pushing out a cheese here, HiipFire, and Jamane are having nothing to do with this second once again.
I was about to say, like, maybe they're scared of losing both their soldiers to a sticky trap, but this time they lost both the soldiers to scouts just walking into lobby. So I don't know, I guess they just don't have the it's just not their day today. But Fishy will go down to Dr. Awesome there, so that's a little bit of an advantage for Jamane. They're trying to see if they can make some space in lobby, but they're kind of getting denied by Moop. G-Star will go in for the sack onto Kellier. We'll get one rocket, but won't get that force. Jamane does have control mostly of this lobby now, or this saw area rather, saw, and they're just trying to fight this demo a little bit. Nothing really happening actually, but Kellier will take, I think, some spam there. That's a pipe there, but yeah, Jamane not really, as you said, really doing anything really. They're just exchanging spam and then hoping to just keep their soldiers alive, I guess.
Yeah, that's sort of like the difference. Not to be overly reductive or oversimplify the situation, HiipFire, but I think Jamane need to do more stuff if they want to get back in this match, frankly. There's not a great deal of anything happening. They're just spamming the window, and G-Star and Beep are peeking this grass area. Fishy's going to get taken down pretty low. Fwishy, as if I wanted to exaggerate the pronunciation, but no stuff. No stuff still. Like, I would like someone to just walk in. Dr. Awesome's gonna peek and then unpeek and just, for fuck's sake, do something.
I'm on the G-Star cam. I was told to watch G-Star and he's not doing anything. This is really disappointing, you know? I hope me specking him and criticizing him like this is gonna just, like, prompt him to just jump in like 2 seconds, but he's kind of shooting. He's actually walking in. He's walking in. There's the jump. He does. Oh, he misses one rocket on Kellier, and that's it. Well, it was a good attempt. Oh, he complains about lag in the chat. There's actually a counter tag coming in.
I'm inclined to believe him if he complains about lag. That is Jasmine Cheese. See, I think the issue is here that he needs a direct hit. That's the issue. If you've seen that god-awful frag video, HiipFire, I hope for your safety you haven't. Oh, Moop is going to get taken down very, very low, and Vanquish is actually, they're going to pop in off that. Sorry to cut you off, but yeah, Moop was taken down to sub 10 health, and so they decided to Uber off that, but they drop Vanquish in the Uber to Jamane. Bird's completely and utterly screwed. Surely here, yeah, he's going to die to Moop. Moop had a much better Uber. Just, I don't know, right idea. Beef's just going to run in and two-shot Kellier in full view of his entire team, but yeah, that was a bit of a car crash by Jamane. Right idea, going off that demo damage. I like the idea, because Moop was very hurt, but Moop still had his stickies up, and the pop from Kellier was very good. Moop was able to catch out the scout before he got Ubered, and just kill everything that was behind the Jamane Uber, so that's sort of... Ooh.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? Do I see double crits?
Oh!
My god. It's 10% advantage for Jamane, though, on the crits. Jermaine's actually trying to actively... No, actually, both teams are actively building it. So, Jamane, if they pop this early enough, they could cancel out the right-wing death squad crits play. I'm curious what's going to happen, though. Dr. Awesome is moving in here. He might actually catch him out right here.
I think
he's in a perfect position. Oh, he should be able to get a crit sticky off right now. There it is. The med is really close. He gets a crit sticky. And Kellier will go down. There's a soldier there as well. But the medic will go down. No crits for right-wing death squad. Dr. Awesome with the crit sticky. HSR will go down as well. I think that's a crit shotgun shot there. G-Star will go down with Vanquish. We'll get Fwishy. This should be... Yeah, there you go. Dr. Awesome hitting some good pipes actually on KPC. And move, but there's a back cap going on. Ben is on last. And Ben will just cap last.
That was the worst push ever. So like, I think neither team had any awareness of what was going on there. Right-wing Death Squad were trying to take their crits from lower, while Jamane were trying to take their crits from Saw, both thinking that they had crits advantage, both missing their opposition combos because of this, but because of the way that Jamane chased forward with their crits, they ended up letting the combo of Right-wing Death Squad behind to put on a double back cap, despite their crits being more successful. As we're on to mid number 6 now, and we're going to see, again, the initiation from the double soldier aggression from Jamane. Frag is being traded out each way, but Bird has gone down on the side of Jamane, and it is all of a sudden looking very much in Right-wing Death Squad's favour. Dr. Awesome and Jeep and Beep Jeep electing to get out rather than to sack for the medic. I don't know if that's particularly premeditated play or anything like that. I kind of would have liked to see Dr. Awesome jump in and go for something, because Kellier is going to be up on full Uber advantage, and it is Uber now. They're going to be peeking second here, the Right-wing Death Squad combo, and that will probably be given up for free. No off-classes on the side of Jamane either, so this is looking like it could be setting up for a very nice Uber for Right-wing Death Squad.
We'll see the 60% advantage. The Uber will get popped on the right side a little bit early, so they need to get some frags right here, right now. Bird will go down, so the all-important medic pick has already been gotten. That is not proper English, but Moop will get Doggy. Beep will go in and get Ben. Some kills getting traded out, but there's only 2 players left for Jamane. The last 2 will get cleaned up. Right-wing Death Squad getting that 5th point on the board.
Yep, pretty clinical last push there by Right Wing Death Squad. Not really much to say, I don't think, because we're going to be going on to mid number 7 now. We've seen some signs of life from Jamane when they do stuff and things, but I don't know. It's been a little bit. They've been a little bit hot and cold at the moment for the time being, and it looks like Right Wing Death Squad are starting to get a read on these mids, these double soldier aggression from Jamane. Earlier posturing coming up, but the counter jump is going to come out from Right Wing Death Squad. KPC has just been able to waddle forward and is going to hit a really nice rocket on the beat there, just completely uncontested, and everyone on Jamane is going to be crushed. Bird is going to be the last to die, chased down by Fwishy, but KPC was just allowed to get so much room there, and as he says, his air shot wasn't aimed at the scout at Beef, but he was just able to waddle forward out of kitchen and just get so much position, buy so much room for his team there, really uncontested. So that's unfortunate for the Jamane, as they took more early damage and just lost mid. Yeah, as they're up on a full Uber advantage again, and they're looking to take this to win difference, are the Right Wing Death Squad. Moop's going to jump in aggressively as the Uber's popped in. Level 1 Sentry and Heavy, both still up. Vanquish has gone down on the side of Jamane, but as it has Beep and his Sentry now, the Heavy is still up of G-Star, and G-Star's going to completely mince Fishy, but is going to get taken down by Ben in kind, and Ben's going to find 2 as well, and with everyone bundled onto the point here for Jamane, that will be map 1 going in favour of the Right Wing Death Squad by a score of 6-1. As they forgot to exec the config.
This is some disappointing stuff. I expected more professional behavior here.
Offler was in the server. I think we should blame him. There we go. There they are.
Ah, there we go. Well, that's 6-1. I don't know. I expected that Jamane would do pretty decent in this match, but they just, I don't know, seemed a little disorganized at times. I don't know what was exactly going on there. Maybe some comms issues or something, but they seemed flustered, and I don't know, Right Wing Death Squad just, I guess, used that just to, wipe them almost on basically every mid and just getting to roll and getting so many attempts on last. You know, they got that big 6-1. No 5-0, though, which is pretty sad.
Oh, sad if you're a Right Wing Death Squad fan. We'll come back to analysing that map in a moment, as we do have logs up on the screen. I'm having a look right now. I'm going to straight up sort by that damage, and Moop did a grotty amount, putting up the 409 DPM, doing 9.5k in the end there. His next closest being Dr. Awesome, who did 337 DPM, and then the next closest being a full 100 DPM lower than that, being Doge. So that's some really fat damage stats there, and the big thing, Moop putting out a huge amount of work, but not dying ever either, by the looks of things, so that's really well played there by Moop. Are you seeing anything else that's standing out to you here, Hiip?
I mean, just generally really good stats on the side of Right Wing Death Squad, but I'm not really seeing too much. I do see Doge on the 3 air shots. The one, I only remember really the one that we didn't catch because neither of us were listening to Wiethoofd, but yeah, there's not really much to say. Just the stats, show a very dominant Right Wing Death Squad, and that's what we saw.
Yeah, we're going to have a quick peek at the medic stats. Not really much separating the medics in terms of... other than that, the double drop, not really much separating the medics in terms of heal rate. Kellier, as you'd expect, with the slightly better heal rate, having a much less deaths. But look at that. Actual Uber charges compared to the 2 medics. Bird with 3 Ubers, 1 crits, as opposed to Kellier's 9 Ubers and the 1 crits drop, so that's not a real drop. But yeah, if we go back to the logs themselves, I suspect that we will see something quite telling on the death stats of the medics, and indeed we do. 5 to 13 in favour of Kellier. That's really good combo play there by Right Wing Death Squad.
Yeah, Bird also just had really, always got killed on mids. Basically never really staying alive, but then again, I think it seemed like Jamane was always going for the really aggressive mids, going over their side, so most of Bird's deaths are probably caused by those mids, and I don't know. So yeah, the deaths are a bit inflated because of that.
Yeah, I still want to commend her for that awesome hold on second though on grass. That was like ballsy as hell, to use a term that doesn't really apply to her, but whatever. Really, really good hold there. For Jamane, like, they are definitely showing signs of life, and that one round that we took, we just saw them playing really solidly as a team and actually taking the initiative and pushing off advantages. They were like very clear-cut advantages. There was nothing sort of ambiguous about these pushes they were making. It was definitely the right time to push, but that's where they've looked at their best, is when they're actually being assertive and doing something. So I know we were making jokes about it, about how they need to do more things, but that's actually where they've looked their best, is when they are backing themselves in team fights and actually initiating these fights with Right Wing Death Squad and letting their scouts clean up, especially with Vanquish, who I would argue was probably the best scout in the server. So they really need to play to his strengths and really need to just get this damage out and get these aggression out so he has the ability to clean up. So what do you think of Reckoner? There's been a bit of a topical one here in Australia, Hip. I know you guys play it over in Europe. What do you think of the map?
I don't know. I like or at least I think the map is pretty decent. Like, I don't think it's, the map to remove, as people always talk about it with the map pool, which map you want to remove. But I like this map. I know my EU team doesn't like
you mean
playing
my
on
team
this
too,
map.
that I'm on.
Oh, right, yeah, the team you're on, yes, definitely. Does not like playing Reckoner. We basically have only one way to hold mid, so I don't know. It seems a little bit iffy. Some people really don't like it, and some people kind of are indifferent to it. So, I'm okay with it.
That's a very diplomatic and fair enough statement. As we're going live here, I need to reload my HUD because it's showing some wonky things for me, but we are off to mid number 1 here. Both demos are electing to go that lower route and, just take their own side. Actually, Right Wing Death Squad taking they're both rolling out onto the same side, which is to the side of the red Toxic, which isn't really super common to see teams rolling out their own side on this map, and KPC is just going to get floated. He is on 2 HP and is finally going to get taken down, not before G-Star goes and roams his life away as well. Health is much better on the side of Right Wing Death Squad though, and they're just going to re-aggress this red side here and collapse on top of the rest of Jamane, and that is probably going to be a wipe in the end here, as I do not see Dr. Awesome getting out. Really nice mid there by Right Wing Death Squad, just sort of playing the timed aggression. They were much more patient, and then they were able to counter-aggress much better with better team health towards the end of the mid. As better is my word of the day, HiipFire.
Yeah, but once again, Jamane losing a mid and getting completely wiped. This is definitely not what they need to try and win the second map, so the push from Right Wing Death Squad coming in onto last with this full Uber advantage. They get Dr. Awesome and Dogi very early. The sentry will go down as well. Vanquish trying to go in. Bird trying to go in as well. There comes the G-Star bomb. He will get one, and that will be all he gets. Right Wing Death Squad just capping off the point, launching him into the air, and Right Wing Death Squad is now up 1-0.
Yep. Nice last push there. Glad to see no one switching spawns like Wiethoofd did, because that's not allowed. I'm just going to put that out there on the stream. We're up to mid number 2. Jamane had the right idea last mid. They took the high ground, like the better position, but they just didn't really do anything with it other than blob up and all take the same damage that Moop was pumping out. So we're going to see both teams, like, combos somewhat rolling out the same side, but Dr. Awesome is going to pill down Moop, his opposite demo man, very early, and is going to get a lot of damage off onto Kellier as well, who has been healed up now. Right Wing Death Squad's combo is actually nowhere to be seen, as it's just KPC left in, who's going to fling himself at third, but to no avail. And so that is a two-player advantage there to the side of Jamane, as we're going to see a bit of a laggy Vanquish, so hopefully that doesn't affect him too badly. But they're trying to get into second here, Jamane, but they're not really trying because they don't like doing things HiipFire.
Yeah, what would you do think if you can just, sit on mid and just throw all the advantages away? I mean, G-Star is going for some sick, ultimates. Actually, the Uber exchange is coming in off of that kill on Moop. Vanquish will go down. The Ubers have been exchanged. It's only a scout going down, so Jamane isn't out of this little fight here, but KBC. Bird and Dr. Awesome will go down yet to the big flank from KBC through lower. He will get 2 frags. HSR will get some frags as well. Kellier will get skill sticked by Doge there. Well, that's a way to get the med, I guess. Just walk straight into his face.
Doge
will come, yeah.
Oh, sorry to cut you off there, but Doge somewhat redeems himself, but I'm going to blame him for throwing that one. I know he didn't have any rockets loaded, but he let Dr. Awesome take a lot of damage in that cargo room post-Uber, and that was what invited KPC to just be able to one-rocket everything, because he didn't take that 300 health with the pockety pocket, and really just protect his demo and his medic, and as such they got spammed out, and it made KPC's flank all the more devastating. The flank should have been watched, but Doge probably should have done a little bit more there, as it's going to be even Ubers here. Slight advantage to Bird, but it's probably not going to be anything. It's actually, no, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say, because it is Jamane, it's definitely not going to be anything, this Uber advantage. While they're holding second, so it'll be up to Right Wing Death Squad to see what they try and initiate here. I'd like to see them get up to some shenanigans in Toxic, as that is my favourite thing to do as a roamer on this map, is just hide in that little corner where no one can see you, try and bait someone in, but we will see as both teams are up on Uber now, and let's see what Right Wing Death Squad opt to do here.
I see KPC in positioning from lower, but he's actually been spotted. He's going to try and jump in on the med. He sees no medic. He will just go down doing basically nothing. HSR will drop very weak in Toxic, I think that is. But he will get out with his life. Jamane is now up a player. They are no longer up a player. Doge has fallen in cargo there. G-Star will actually get a kill onto Fwishy, so Jamane technically has the advantage once again. I want to see if they're going to throw it away. They're going to try to maybe get into cargo, but they're getting spammed out. I think that the stuff they were doing, they decided to not do that stuff.
Yeah, they contemplated it, but decided against taking a course of action. As they're going to get spammed out a little bit out of Toxic here. Oh, sorry, Cargo, I should say. KPC is going to go down as well to Beep. But he is going to get the force, is KPC onto Bird, and so they're going to run into mid here, and Doge is immediately going to get minced by Fishy and move. Kellier is yet to pop here. He's got a soldier on him and is going to be forced out finally, but not before a lot of dudes die on the side of Jamane. Vanquish is lucky not to get caught by that stick there and expertly surfs it away. Bird is going to be getting out through that shutter door, but she needs to keep running here as the players of Right Wing Death Squad are looking to crunch them in this lobby. Moop has taken the top right area and is spamming down. He's going to get Beep, but Beep trades with Ben, so it's not the worst thing ever. Doge is probably going to get taken down here by Fishy, but actually cops a crossbow just in time. They're still rolling this in a Right Wing Death Squad. Moop is so deep, and they've just given up this right-hand side to have Jamane. Doge is going to bomb Fishy, sorry, but G-Star and everyone's going to go down. Forget like doing play-by-play, because everyone is going to die. Vanquish is the only up with his scout partner, though. My god, words are hard, but the cleanup from the scouts out of Jamane is just going to clutch it out after that very, very aggressive push from Right Wing Death Squad. Ben is up, though, and is taking the duel with Vanquish on second. Vanquish is going to lose out on that one. Ben making me eat my words, saying that Vanquish is the best scout in the server, but very, very closely fought thing there on that last point. Very lucky with the spawn timers were Right Wing Death Squad.
Very unlucky for Moop as well. He didn't have anything reloaded, so he just pulled out his melee and just ran at Vanquish, and Vanquish just meat shot him and killed him off for that. So yeah, it's just a combination of good timing and just very unlucky timing, I guess, for the side of Moop. But yeah, Jamane now are still on last. They don't have an advantage, so they're probably not going to be doing anything. There's a scout and rollout just kind of doing something. He will go down to Doge. G-Star is very weak in, I think that's lower. He will get out with his life, though. KPC is also very weak. There's some players taking a lot of spam right now, but Jamane is only up one scout pick, so I don't think they're going to be pushing off of it. They are. Now they're peeking. Yeah, they're peeking shutter a little bit, but nothing really you can do with that. They're trying to maybe lose a soldier again, kind of trying to bait Moop's sticks there a little bit, but yeah, Jamane is holding relatively aggressive, so I'll give them that. You know, they're halfway to doing stuff.
They're setting themselves up to do a stuff after something happens that, yeah, okay, alright, I'll give them that. I do have some advice, and I'm going to frame that as analysis for our audience here, HiipFire, as far as doing stuff goes for Jamane, is that we're going to see a lot of very aggressive spam up the top left side for Right Wing Death Squad, but nothing's really going to come of it. Actually, as I say that, KPC is going to jump in, and he is not going to get the force, so let's see if this positioning for Jamane allows them to do something. No, Vanquish just dies to a sticky trap, but what they need to do, they are always trying to force their combo out when they get these advantages, and Moop is being so proactive with the spam on the side of Right Wing Death Squad that it's never really amounting to anything. They need to have a different option. They need to not just force the most, like, the first and foremost choke point with their combo, with their pocket that they see. As KPC's up on Spy, we'll see what he's able to get done, but they need to be able to rotate their combo to the flank or rotate flank players through when they get these advantages, because shoving their combo through a door is not working. Moop is just shutting it down too well. So Moop's going to get... yeah, he's going to get obliterated there, but it's KPC up on the Spy. Moop's actually going to get taken down, and KPC is going to get bird, though, in that lobby area, so that's a demo for a med pick, and I think they will take that any day on the side of Right Wing Death Squad, and despite being in a two-player disadvantage, they are immediately going to pop in the lobby. They're going to find Dr. Awesome, and it's just the two scouts left up now, as one of the scouts is going to die. Doge is up on the spawner. He's going to bomb in. He could find all the frags here, and he does! The huge clutch defense by Doge. That was really, really well done. I don't want to say a lucky spawn time, but holy shit, that was a lucky spawn time.
Man, once again, this is the second time that Jamane has just been bailed. Oh, Doge with the air shot on Moop trying to jump in.
The KPC's just going to jump on the point!
Ooh, Doge is very lucky that he landed in time on the point to block that, because no one else was really close enough to the point to block it. But yeah, Jamane again getting kind of saved by the spawn timers and I guess ammo last time, but yeah, just lucky timing once again for Jamane, bailing them out of this last point hold, almost losing their second point, or conceding their second point again. So just barely again. It's 10 minutes in though. Right Wing Death Squad is still on second, and eventually they should be able to successfully push into last. But right now, Jamane has the advantage. Beat will go down. G-Star will respond with a kill onto Fwishy. HSR will get another frag. Bird will actually pop her Uber in lobby. It's not that good of an Uber. Her pocket Doge will try to go in and get onto the medic there of Right Wing Death Squad. Will not get that kill. HSR will go down, but Right Wing Death Squad with their full Uber advantage, pushing in through rollout. They're coming in. They're trying to get some frags. Everyone kind of focusing a different player there. Bird will go down first. Ben will get vanquished. Beep will get a frag as well. Ben will go down for the side of Right Wing Death Squad, but just two players on 40 HP. That's awesome. And Doge, they will both get cleaned up. Right Wing Death Squad finally successfully pushing into last.
Yeah, no heroic spawns coming out there for the Jamane side this time, and that's going to be 2-0. Off to mid again. There's nothing really to say about that last push. Right Wing Death Squad executed it awesomely. I want to see if Jamane can actually sort themselves out on this mid, because they've been getting some decent position, but they haven't really been doing the right things with it. As I'm just going to check what Wiethoofd said really quickly. She beat his die, that's all. Beeper's going to take down the roamer of KPC. HSR and Moop are all going to go down, and they're all bundled up on their own side of Right Wing Death Squad. Doge is going to jump in aggressively, probably going to find Kellier here, and like with that aggression, that'll be the end of the mid. Bird surviving. Fishy is behind. Fishy is behind and could get onto Bird here. He's actually going to take a duel with Beep, who's on the point, and is going to win that duel very comfortably. Bird, what are you doing? No! Bird was going in and actually managed to get a swipe onto Fishy before being taken down by Vanquish. HSR is going to die to a sticky trap on second by a very aggressive Dr. Awesome, but he's probably going to have to back up and meet up with his team, since they had to delay the mid-cap there, did Jamane. HSR not happy about dying to that sticky trap, but this is full Uber advantage for Bird, and they're going to be able to push into second here. The Jamane's dudes, as there's a soldier underneath. Ben's going to go down, but KPC is going to jump in onto Bird. Bird with another excellent surf, and is probably in no real danger here, and does not need to pop in the end. She is very low on that 36-ish HP, and Dr. Awesome does go down. That's the demo man. Bird is going to back off to get a pack, which I think is the better decision here, but they're still up on a 50% Uber advantage here. Jamane, I want them to go do something with this. Actually, HSR is going to bomb in and get the force, so that's some very aggressive play there from the Right Wing Death Squad guys, and confident on their ability to hold last, I think.
Yeah, we'll see. Jermaine's trying to get into lobby here to get a soldier and a scout in, but the Uber has already faded, so can't really do much of that. Right wing death squad with the Uber that they have, the full Uber advantage. They're going to be moving through shutter. They pop the Uber through that shutter area. Jermaine immediately getting out. There is a soldier that's G-Star who will go down on the second point, but the rest of Jamane has already retreated accordingly. There is a little bit of aggression going in here in Toxic. Actually, a lot of players here for Right Wing Death Squad and for Jamane. And Jamane will lose 2 players, Vanquish and Doge, not recognizing that the rest of the team is leaving. Beep will die on his own. It's just a combo. Bird and Dr. Awesome in lower. Dr. Awesome will go down. Bird goes for the saw. Will go down to the blade of Moop. Moop actually getting 2 melee frags there. Getting one onto G-Star and one on the medic. So, yeah, that's something. Vanquish will just go down on the second point, and Right Wing Death Squad in position to roll this into last as well.
Big coast-to-coast push there by the Right Wing Death Squad. The sentry is up on level 1 by Beep, and I do not expect that one to last long. The Heavy, on the other hand, is up on a lot of health as the Right Wing Death Squad Uber is going to be popped out, and that sentry, the baby sentry, does go down. Dr. Awesome's actually going to find the fishy scout. HSR is going to get taken down very low, and KPC is going to get minced by the Natasha Heavy, and this is probably going to be a very comfortable hold here by Jamane in the end. It's interesting the way that this last play is HiipFire. I don't really know how to say it, but you need to be very, very prompt off pushing with the player ad, because the spawns are never really going to actually stay dead in time for you to get a full push off, so you really, really need to have an objective with their Uber, and they just took too long focusing down the Heavy there, did Right Wing Death Squad, so they're not going to be able to get anything, as Move is going to pick up Beep in this Toxic area. They want to go with this Uber advantage, do Jamane, but they've lost their scout, and it looks like that's going to be it for that push. That's kind of disappointing. They have a huge Uber advantage, and that scout pick surely should signal it's time to go for Jamane with their full Uber advantage, but Kelly is probably going to get his Uber by the time they get in here.
Well, they're moving into cargo here. They see a soldier, they get some shots off on him, they will pop that Uber, but the Right Wing Death Squad Uber is now up, so it's going to be turned into an Uber exchange, but this Uber exchange has turned into just feeding everyone into Right Wing Death Squad. It's just Dr. Awesome and Vanquish. They are on the medic here, actually. Kellier will go down, but both Vanquish and Dr. Awesome are very weak. Dr. Awesome will get cleaned up. Vanquish is in a DM fight here with Fwishy in lower here. Both really weak. Vanquish will win that 1v1 fight, but that's the only thing his team will win, as KPC was sitting or going to last, capping off that point, winning a 1v1 against G-Star, I think.
Yeah, and that's where we're seeing this lack of doing things in a timely manner for Jamane, really biting them in the ass there as they tried to take that mid exchange, but by the time they finally got around to going, their Uber advantage had dissipated, and they ended up just getting caught out with their pants down on mid and lost them the round in the end. As we're onto another mid here, and it looks like the Jamane fellows are going to bait forward the aggression from KPC, who's going to be the first death yet again on this mid. Dr. Awesome with some nice pills, but the position advantage is really heavily in favor of the Right Wing Death Squad here. Dr. Awesome is on an island, but he's doing damage from that island, and so I think this is going to end up with the counter aggression coming out from Jamane, and it'll probably end up going their way if they're able to focus down these frags. Fishy's on very low health behind, and they need to clean up that scout, and indeed Beep will. HSR is going to jump in, and he's going to get the Uber saved onto him as he was about to get absolutely minced. Burb's going to pop hers out in kind, but Kellier has got a long way out, and I think HSR is going to be able to jump out as well, so that's not as much of a comprehensive mid-win as I think Jamane would have liked, given the circumstances. They really had the opportunity to make that one a decisive win. It's just going to be an even stalemate on second now.
Yeah, we're definitely not going to see Jamane push. We might see a little bit of a push from Right Wing Death Squad. I don't think they're going to recognize the ad that they have. They are trying to build, but they're taking a little bit long, so yeah, they will not really be able to capitalize on the minor advantage that they do have. It is 20%. Right Wing Death Squad is, yeah, holding pretty passive. There is a little bit of aggressive peeking from Moop, trying to maybe bait someone into his sticky trap. There's actually Dr. Awesome trying to challenge Moop, but Dr. Awesome will just barely survive that. Doge is actually weak as well. The Uber exchange is coming in from Jamane, trying to get that initiative going, but Dr. Awesome will go down. The combo's trying to get out. Bird is really weak. There's Beep or Vanquish actually trying to help Bird out a little bit, but Bird is just gonna get out with her 2 scouts, and Doge actually going down as well. So the initiative actually has not worked. Actually, G-Star will get the bomb onto Kellier, so Kellier will go down. G-Star saying in the chat, my god, I guess he was not expecting to get the kill there, but my jumps are so autistic A grade, says G-Star in the chat. Well, you got the pick, so the jumps are apparently sufficient enough to hang in, I guess, what would be low mid Aussie prem. So I don't know if you should call it autistic, but sure, why not?
If it works, you know, I suppose. That was a really weird Uber onto second there by Jamane, and Doge like immediately got the Uber popped onto him and then decided to jump behind and just got minced. He was lucky to live for as long as he did, but that gave Bird, like, who had popped on Doge initially, no one to really heal, turning around to go back to the demo of Dr. Awesome, who was really passive, expecting to not be brought into this Uber, and then just eating a moot pipe in the face. So that just sort of left Bird a little bit high and dry. But they do have Uber advantage, and it's going to be a scout trade here as they do pop in. Dr. Awesome is going to be jumping away, but it's not Uber advantage enough yet again. I'm starting to see a trend here, HiipFire, as they're going to get completely collapsed on the combo of Jamane, just not timely enough with those Uber advantage pushes on the mid, and yeah, it's caught them again, and it'll probably cost them last in one way or another. Will it for Jamane? They need to be more switched on, and they need to pull the trigger quicker on these pushes. Dr. Awesome and Bird and G-Star are all up in one, and we've seen a lot of clutch spawns here, as we're going to see a banner popped off actually. Never mind,
no,
or is
that's
that's
the medic taunting with Amputator, yeah. Well, I'd call that a little bit of BM from Kellier there, I guess. Playing with the Amputator. I haven't seen that before, but...
Oh, clearly you've never played with the Podiopsis then, but
nope.
He's bringing it back in a big way. He's trying to anyway in low prem, as it were, as we're going to be up on a big... This is match point here for Right Wing Death Squad on the second map of Reckoner. Double Solly aggression coming out for the side of Jamane, and Dr. Awesome's going to clean up HSR. Fishy's going to get taken down very, very low on the point, and Dr. Awesome has got some super duper aggressive positioning. He's going to get a pipe onto Kellier and pipe everyone in the combo really of Right Wing Death Squad, but Dr. Awesome has left himself on an island there with his medic, and he's not able to hit the pipes that he needs to defend himself, so he is going to go down. Bird and Beep are going to be backing the hell out here. Bird will be up on her Uber momentarily, but I don't think they're going to be up in time, the spawners of Jamane, to get a defense on second. Indeed, with Ben and Kelly are already here, it'll probably be a foolhardy task to attempt to defend second, so see you last stalemate here. I expect to see KPC go in and bomb. His bombs have been pretty good so far, as we're going to see a charge shot take HSR down to about half health, but I want to see what KPC is going to do here, and in fact he's just going to sort of cut out the middleman and spawn straight on Sniper without bombing.
I like it. I like it very much. He's looking into rollout. Doesn't see anything. He's going to go ask for a buff from his medic. He's gonna go into lobby. He sees a soldier, but that soldier is Ubered. Ben will go down to that Ubered soldier, that soldier being Doge. He's trying to get onto the medic of Right Wing Death Squad. He will pop his Uber. So the force has come in, and actually it's very bad Uber for Right Wing Death Squad. Not really able to do much. HSR will get the shot onto Doge, but that's the only thing he will get. He will go down. G-Star gets squishy, so Jamane is coming out the better in this little Uber exchange. They will be able to cap off this point, as Right Wing Death Squad is just in this toxic area, just watching it happen.
Yep, indeed they are. Aggressive Uber there by both teams, but I'm glad to see Jamane taking this initiative and managing to force Right Wing Death Squad out of second. 8 minutes left on the clock here. I don't want to say that it's game over, but I don't think Jamane are in position to really win this map. But they are definitely in a position to maintain some dignity here and do some things, more importantly here, because it looks like they're going to be taking it in. Oh god, I'm getting deja vu already. They think they have Uber advantage. They're pushing into mid. They've actually come a long way around, and the combos are wrapping one another here. The combo of Right Wing Death Squad has just pushed through Toxic, as Uber's going to be exchanged on the second here, and this exchange doesn't really look like it's favouring anyone at the moment. Frag's being traded off Uber, but Dr. Awesome is going to go down, as is Vanquish. HSR and Fishy are going to go down for Right Wing Death Squad as well, but Right Wing Death Squad are going to be able to finish off the cap on second, and it's just Doge and Bird left up on the field at the moment. Doge is going to get 2 kills actually onto Moop and to Ben before finally going down himself. Bird is alone in lobby here, but is going to find her spawning scout of Beep, who is going to take down the aggressive KPC in lobby. And that should be okay for Jamane to sort of, I don't know, they look like they might want to push out here. One of the scouts is having a peek, but I think they will just end up consolidating on last. Hip. Very messy exchange there on second, but like really heads up play there by the Right Wing Death Squad combo, as we do have Jasmine G-Star on the spy.
Oh man, the G-Star spy, he runs into a scout immediately in rollout. I don't think it's gonna work out too much. He takes a rock. He's on the kunai. That is a pub weapon. You do not use the kunai. He gets what is it? The word I'm looking for? I don't know, but he will go down anyway. And actually, Doge and Dr. Awesome will go down as well. Vanquish goes down, and everyone for Jamane will just go down after G-Star fluffs that kunai play. The Uber has been popped by Bird. Beep will execute Kellier there on the point, playing with the amputator, but the Uber fades, and so do the lads of Bird and Beep. 5-0 for Right Wing Death Squad, and again, they did not exec the config, so I don't know about that. This is some disappointing stuff here.
Guys are freaking noobs, giving Australian Prem a bad name. If it was Jasmine, they would have exec'd the config, I know. We will get around to casting a Jasmine match as soon as possible, ladies and gentlemen. We will get right onto that. So you guys can hit that follow button right here, follow us on Twitter, and subscribe on the YouTubes to TF Live for all your Australian Premier action. But yeah, I don't think we'll be having any interviews tonight. Do we have logs though? Wiethoofd. As we do have logs, excellent. The logs are up on screen, excellent. I'm going to sort by damage straight up again, and I'm expecting to see a similar story, and indeed I am, but it's an even, that's 12k damage for Moop, that's big.
God damn. I mean, this is, looking at logs, I feel like this is a little bit less one-sided looking like than the last map, even though this one was a 5-0 and the last one was a 6-1. I feel like it seems, at least from memory, that Jamane is doing a little bit better. Most soldiers doing pretty decent. Doge getting 18, 17 KD, Rise, Beep doing pretty decent. So it seems like Jamane did a better job this time. Dr. Awesome has some pretty decent damage. So while it didn't really work out, I think a lot of those Uber pushes, those weird exchanges where like they didn't have big Uber advantage and they pushed in and then got kind of owned. It does seem like they did a little bit of a better job, but looking at the deaths, but yeah, I don't know, I mean, it's a little bit better, right? It's a little bit better. I do see at KPC with the 19 deaths here, though. 9-19. His bombs weren't really that great. Or, well, his bombs were decent, but he didn't really do anything outside of those bombs, I guess. Probably.
Yeah, he was playing the sacrificial lamb roamer as it was. But I think that'll just about do us here tonight. I'm going to do some plugs really quickly. I'm going to shout out TF Live once again. Hit us on follow on all the places that you can follow us, because we will have another match coming your way on Thursday that I believe is the Damage Inc. versus No Safe Word. So last season's winners with a few roster changes, some really exciting players on the right wing, No Safe Word roster coming up against Damage Inc., who are another finals team from last season and who are looking good to make finals again this season. So that'll be a really good game, guys. We'll catch you there on Thursday. ECF to World Nations Cup coverage is being done by our lovely producer Wiethoofd this week, so be sure to check that out. That'll be a lot of fun, and it sounds like there's going to be some drama because I hear the Frenchies are the evil people in the Nations Cup. So we've got an enemy. There's got something really lining up here. It'll be great fun. So be sure to catch all of that. HiipFire, do you have any shout-outs before we go quickly?
Shout-outs to you guys for letting me cast again, and shout-outs to HiipFire.com.
Is that a real website?
That is a website. It redirects to something important.
I'm going to type that in right now. Actually, I'll do it after the cast. That's what I'll do. Well, thank you for casting again, HiipFire. It's always a pleasure having you down here. I'm going to shout out our fantastic producer, Wiethoofd. Again, I'm also going to shout out Nature Walk because they suck, and I would have loved to cast Jasmine, but we will be bringing you lots of really exciting Australian games coming up later this week, guys. I'm going to shout out Yukari as well because he berated me before I came here, and so that'll just about do me. Thanks everyone for coming out. It was a fun game in the end, and yeah, we'll see you on Thursday.